Hello, this is Aldi, and here are my finds for April 20th and April 21st, 2012. Yesterday I then served a small ad on Kijiji, and the lady had a few records, and I went there by bike because she was nearby. All I found was this 45 at the end of the pile of 45s. Nothing was good for me, and the LPs already have everything. And this one was interesting, and I stared at it and checking the condition, not sure. And she said, "Oh, you can have it for free." Came all the way here by bicycle. So, oh, thank you very much. It was very nice. She showed me some antique toys. They weren't my cup of tea. So I took this one. Let me switch to French here. Ici, on a les sextants. Pourquoi pas moi, qui est de le côté que moi j'aime beaucoup. Ça, je pense que c'est le A-side, comme on dit, mais il trouve un peu bébé là, petit pipeau. MA 2708. Ça date de 1968. This is from 1968, French-Canadian pop band. So that was nice of the lady to give me this free record, just to come back with something. This morning I got up really early to go to a estate sale, and I didn't find anything good, and there were two other record collectors there, and one of them got the rare stuff before me. So I ended up getting how many again? 5 78s and 2 CDs for $6. And the CDs, there was a mix-up that was good for me. So these CDs should have been $1 each, and actually this one has 2 CDs. This is Robert Charlebois, the greatest French-Canadian rocker. And this is a live show he did, a double CD from 1995. Ici on a la maudite tournée de Robert Charlebois, 2 CD. Puis il y a un livret dedans, je ne l'avais pas encore. Je suis pas un énorme fan des albums live, mais quand je les trouve pas chers dans les ventes de garage, de même, puis en plus je collectionne des disques de Charlebois, je l'avais même pas, fait que j'étais pas mal content de trouver ça. I was glad to find this one. And of course I didn't have this on CD. I don't have it in any format actually right now. A Charlie Brown Christmas Vince Guaraldi Trio. And I'm only missing the LP now. And the 578s were nothing special. I think they're all French-Canadian. Ici on a Janine Gingras, Toi tu es tout pour moi. Mon bon c'est Marianne. In great shape. Oh, why did I put the CDs right there? This cardboard is made for the 78. Ici je suis pas mal sûr que je l'ai déjà, mais celui-là est tellement shiny, je peux pas le laisser là. C'est pas leur meilleur, mais toujours plus vite déjà voilà. Et ce bord là c'est le chemin du paradis. Which is the French version of Round and Round. Oh, Round and Round. I think that's a Perry Como song. A very old French-Canadian one from probably the 1920s. Ne fais jamais pleurer ta mère par Hercule Lavoie. Mon bord c'est Vieillissons ensemble. There's another star. The sleeve is fun. It's get your records at the Outremont Cigar Store. Complete selection of Apex Brunswick phonographs and Brunswick records, always in stock. H.J. Eiler, 1003 Laurier Avenue, West Montreal, Quebec. I love this sleeve. I've never seen a custom sleeve for a store. Here we have un autre en français ici, Ovila-Légaré, 15653. Les Canadiens sont un peu là. I'm pretty sure I've seen this song on an LP. Vive l'amourette en d'Argenton. Hey, I remember that song. Je connais ça, le Vive l'amourette en d'Argenton. C'est la tune que je pense, là. C'est pas pire, ça, là. And this one is, ici, on a Gilles Pellerin et Homer Duranceau avec Billy Monroe et son trio. La petite flûte d'amour en Alouette. Alouette came in all kinds of colors. I have it in purple, I have it in beige. Beige is my favorite. And this side is Adèle. C'est de Gilles Pellerin. Bon. So I got these 578s. Oh, and what I forgot to say is that I also got these bags. Le magasin de musique le plus complet au Canada, Edouard Archambault, 500 East Rue Sainte-Catherine. This store is still there. Amazing. And this is Dupuis Frères, but I have the same one in better shape here. Disque de phonograph records. I saw Victor Columbia Star Deca, Dupuis Frères. 865 East Rue Sainte-Catherine, Montréal. Cool. And then I leave, I go to put the stuff out in my car, and then I see outside they had a tent despite the rain, and that's why I didn't go to the flea market this morning, because it was raining. And there were a kid of the family was selling toys, and there were a bunch of a little, a bowling game, like 10 plastic pins and 1 plastic ball. It was in this big bag. Ici, regardez ça, Cloutier. Ça, je me rappelle de ça quand j'étais petit. On allait à la pharmacie chez Cloutier. J'ai acheté mes premiers livres de comics de Schtroumpf puis de Boule et Bill à une pharmacie chez Cloutier qu'il y avait dans le quartier. Quand j'ai vu le sac, j'étais pas mal content. This is a pharmacy that existed when I was younger, and it's gone. It's been gone for years. It's a little bit like Jean Coutu. It's a pharmacy, but they also have all kinds of stuff. And I bought my first comic books of Smurfs and Boule et Bill there. So when I insisted to get the bag, and I helped them find something else to transfer the toy bowling set that was in this big bag, and I got this bag for 25 cents. It's pretty dirty. I cleaned it a little bit, so that was nice. But yeah, so there were two other collectors waiting for the records, and one of them got the rare stuff. He got a box set of well, a box. It's not a big box, but it was a set of albums of different artists, French-Canadian artists, with Coca-Cola written all over the sleeves and the box. And I suspect it also had the jingles that each artist recorded for Coca-Cola in the mid-60s, so I missed that. Oh well, but I made a new friend because one of the guy called Mike was really nice. Oh, I forgot to ask him if I could tell his name. Well, I only mentioned his first name, so that's okay. And we talked about records, and we swapped phone numbers. He said he had records for sale, and that's what I did this afternoon after lunch. Now we're talking. I went to his place. He had 78s at a reasonable price, rock and roll 78s for me, and I spent 84 bucks at his place, but it's good stuff. First, I went through a pile of maybe 6 albums like this one, full of rock and roll 78s, and he said that the first 5 records are $4 each, and if you buy more, the following one they switch to $3. So I took 13, so that comes to $3.39 per record for the first 13 next records you're going to see. I got 3 Elvises. Let Me Be Your Teddy Bear with Loving You. There's a chip here, but the chip doesn't affect the first turn of the groove. And Loving You has a sticker. I have this record already, but it's in slightly worse shape, especially the Loving You side of the other copy. Oh, and beat this, not beat this, but the guy had 2 copies. So of course he had a turntable. I checked them, discovered that there's 2 pressings, 2 Canadian pressings that are different, and this one, they have the same number, unfortunately, so I would not know. I suspect this is the later one because the sound was louder, and the groove was more compressed because this empty space is larger on this one. I have another copy, but I couldn't get it out and to compare which one I have. But all I know is that this one was much louder. I suspect this is a later copy, and the other copy I have, which is worse in condition, is probably the first edition. I suspect. I'm not sure. So that's good. Too much. No. I have a copy, a juke copy I bought for like pennies a few years ago in a yard sale, and I needed to replace this one. So this is like maybe a very good plus. A bit scratchy, but no, not that much, and it plays. The groove wear is not as bad, far from being as bad as the other copy. So that's a nice upgrade. And the other Elvis I got is Jailhouse Rock. It's scratchy, but it plays okay. It's loud enough. And Treat Me Nice, unfortunately, has this huge tear on the label. Yes, I've shown you the score I showed you the other day with 11 very clean Elvises, and the last one was Jailhouse Rock, and it was mint. I made a crack in it after the video, I suspect, or during the manipulation of the video. The records were piled onto a clipboard, which is right there, which I thought was perfectly flat, and turns out it was not quite flat. And it got the weight of the other records, and it cracked. So it's better to have a backup scratchy copy, because a cracked record, to me, even if it's shiny, minty looking, a crack makes the record worthless. So I had to get, and all the other ones also were all 78s of Elvis's. You had a whole bunch. You had Heartbreak Hotel. I mean, God, Heartbreak Hotel. But I had it already, so you didn't have any Elvises that I did not have at all. I was disappointed, but it's okay. It happens. Then I got this one. This is pretty cool. The Monotones, Book of Love. I love this song. I'm glad I found this one. You Never Loved Me. This is Bobby Freeman. Betty Lou got a new pair of shoes. And this is Starlight. Let's be careful. This is on Apex here. Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. I promise to remember. And this is Who Can Explain. This is probably the scratchiest one I bought in this lot, but I tested it on this turntable and it's loud, it plays okay, I like, and it's amazing to have on a 78. And it's Red River Rock by Johnny and the Hurricanes. This is pressed by Phonodisc. I haven't checked if this came out in the States on 78. I don't know what year, but it's a pretty late one. It's a great one to have on the 78. This side is probably plays. It's one of those loud 78s that play much better than they look. Buckeye. And at least this one doesn't have any sticker like this one. There's several of those that have a sticker. This is Body Knox. Somebody Touch Me. And this is Come On Baby. A lot of Apex. 2 Everly Brothers. I have Bird Dog Mint, like new old stock, and I have another one, and I couldn't remember which one it was, so I bought both of these because I don't know if I have one of these two. I don't know what's the scratch one I have. So this is Wake Up Little Susie, and this side is Maybe Tomorrow. Hope it's not the one I already have. And this is I remember, it's Claudette. I remember I have Claudette on the 78, so I'm okay then. I did good. This is This Little Girl of Mine. Yeah, I remember I have Claudette on 78. I love that one. And Should We Tell Him? No, don't tell him. This one I was glad. A bit scratchy, but plays really well. Got a job by the Silhouettes, and I found the 45 last year. Now I have the 78. And it's so ironic because right now I'm looking for a job. And this side is I Am Lone. This is a pretty good one. I took a chance. I didn't even test it on the turntable. The titles rang a bell, but I couldn't tell which one it was. Actually, I remember how I reacted when I found this one because it's so clean. It's Bobby Day, and I said, okay, it's not Rockin' Robin, which I already have, so I'm going to pick it up. And it's a little bitty pretty one. And it's pretty good. And this is When the Swallows Come Back to Capistrano. All of these came to $3.39, and last but not least, a Little Richard, which is okay. It's a very good plus, I'd say. It's probably this is my 4th Little Richard 78 and it's my 2nd best looking one. So it's good. Heebie-Jeebies, which I know I have on 45, and she's got it. And funny thing is that the 45 of Heebie-Jeebies is a Regency of that color. I don't think I've ever seen any 45 Regency in these two colors. And then he had 2 more records for me. Well, he had more, but I picked up 2 more records. $20 each. Yeah, $20.78. But look at this. And I asked him if he had this one, and he said, no, I don't. He told me he had Ray Vaughan by the Crickets, and I didn't see that one. So I wonder what happened if he forgot it, but he sold me Oh Boy by the Crickets, which is the one I wanted to have. Yay! And Not Fade Away. It has a lot of wear, but not that much. Actually, it plays pretty good. It has a few scratches that you can't even hear. And for Oh Boy, which is the one I really wanted to have, I'm glad I picked this up. It might take a while before I can find an upgrade copy. If I do find one, I won't regret buying just because I had to get it. And the label is good. There's no stickers or writing. And then I saw this one, which is even better condition, and I had to pick it up. I'm Gonna Love You Too. I always think of the version by Blondie, but of course this is the original by Buddy Holly. I'm Gonna Love You Too on Coral. This is Listen to Me. So that was the first seller, and he referred me to some other seller, which is great. And then I went to his place, and he had, we talked a lot. He was very passionate about records and everything, and he sold me $19 worth of records. He sold me these two 45s. This one was $1. I had to pick it up because of the name of the band. He had this stack of 45s, $2 each. Most were clean. Extremely rare stuff that I didn't know, and I couldn't just pick them up and not knowing what they were, if I would like them or not, but they were really rare stuff. This guy has rare stuff, but mostly French-Canadian from the 60s. This is the Les Beatlettes. It's a girl band that called themselves les Beatlettes. So this side is Reste encore, and ce n'est plus qu'un rêve. Les Beatlettes. Il y en avait deux copies, j'en ai pris une des deux. Celui-là, j'étais content en esti. Johnny Rock, je l'ai pas ce disque-là. Attends, donne-moi le temps. Je collectionne tous les disques de Johnny Rock, je l'avais pas du tout celui-là. Ce bar-là, c'est Michael. I collect all of Johnny Rock's for. This one was $2, but this one, because it's a little bit scratchy, he let it go for $1. And then the 45, the 78s. These next four 78s were $2 each. Tell Him No by Travis and Bob. I already have another version on Regency by Dean and Mark. Then when I looked it up, I discovered that the popular version was by Travis and Bob, so now I found the Travis and Bob version on Barrel Records, head office, Toronto, Ontario. That's what it says here. And the other side is We're Too Young. This one I almost screwed up because I wasn't sure if I knew I had it, but I couldn't remember if it was on 45 or 78. And I think it's a 45. I can't take any chances. I picked it up. Good thing I did, because I only have the 45, not the 78. It's Guitar Boogie Shuffle by the Virtues, and this side is Guitar in Orbit. I'm pretty glad I picked this up because and this one, honestly, I don't know what it is. I didn't have time to check on YouTube if it's called. This is side 1. Somebody wrote his name. Tragedy by Thomas Wayne with the Delons. Produced by Scotty Moore. And this side is Saturday Date. So I have to check it up. It's probably very good. This one, I don't know what it is. He didn't have a turntable to check. He didn't have tons of 78s, but this is the Bell Notes. I've had it. And this is Be Mine. And those were $2 each. And these last two 78s were $4 each. A bit scratchy, but playable. Great Balls of Fire by Jerry Lee Lewis. Couldn't remember which one I had already, so you win again. I think I have at least 178 by him. Whole lot of shaking going on. It'll Be Me. Yeah, I might have one of these two already, so but it's okay. You can't lose with Jerry Lee Lewis. And yep. So that's a lot of records, a lot of money, but I'm glad I finally got my copy of no, it's not this one. Oh boy, I found the 45 last year. Now I have the 78. Thanks for watching.